Hello students, you are watching Shubham, and now in this lecture we will study the concept of limiting reagent. So before understanding the concept of limiting reagent, first note these 2 points that has been written here. The first one is the limiting reagent limits the reaction after a time. Clear? And the second point is it determines the amount of product formed in a reaction. Clear? So what I am saying here, that as the name suggests, limiting, this reagent limits the rate of reaction. After a certain interval of time, it will be responsible for the stopping of the reaction. Clear? And at the other point, we can see that it has been written here that it determines the amount of product formed in a reaction. Clear? So now let's understand the concept of a limiting reagent. So suppose we have a reaction here, C plus O2 gives CO. As we can see that in a balanced chemical equation, 1 mole of carbon reacts with 1 mole of oxygen to give 1 mole of carbon dioxide. In weight, we can say 12 gram carbon reacts with 32 gram oxygen to give you 44 gram of carbon dioxide. Clear? Now, this reaction tells us something. It tells us that for the burning of 12 gram of carbon, we need 32 grams of oxygen. We at least need 32 gram of oxygen for the burning of 12 gram of carbon. Clear? Now suppose what will happen if we have 28 grams of oxygen. If we have 28 grams of oxygen to react with 12 gram of carbon, then what will happen? The reaction will not complete itself, and before completing itself, it will stop automatically due to the lack of amount of oxygen here. Clear? Because we know that we at least need 32 gram of oxygen to react with 12 gram of carbon, but we have been provided only 28 gram of oxygen. So as the 28 gram of oxygen finishes in the reaction will stop. You can see, we know that 32 gram oxygen reacts with 12 gram carbon. Then 28 gram oxygen will react with 12 divided by 32 multiplied by 28. On solving this, we will get 4 7 are 28, 4 8 are 32, 2, 3, 21 divided by 2, that is 10.5 gram carbon. Okay, so as we have solved here, we can see that this 28 gram of oxygen will react only with 10.5 gram of carbon. Okay, and now what we can see here, we can see that this 28 gram of oxygen is responsible for the incomplete combustion of carbon. We have been provided 12 gram of carbon, not 10.5 gram of carbon. We have to burn 12 gram of carbon. Clear? And we are only burning 10.5 gram of carbon. Rest is just unburned. Clear? So in this reaction, we can see that the oxygen is responsible for the stopping of reaction. The oxygen is only reagent here, the oxygen is only reactant here, that is stopping the reaction before completing it. Clear? So oxygen will act here as limiting reagent. Limiting reagent. And why this is called limiting reagent? Because it limits the reaction. It is deciding the product. It is deciding the amount of product that we will get here. Clear? and it is stopping the reaction before the complete combustion of the carbon. Clear? So we can see that what is limiting reagent? The limiting reagent is a substance that is lesser in the amount according to the balanced chemical equation. Clear? That is lesser in the amount in the balanced chemical equation. Let's take another example. Suppose we have been provided a reaction N2 3H2 and it gives us ammonia, iron and molybdenum. Iron is acting as here as a catalyst and molybdenum is a promoter of the catalyst. Clear? This is Haber process, nothing else. Now, the question says we have 50 kg of nitrogen, 10 kg of hydrogen. We have been provided with 50 kg of nitrogen and 10 kg of hydrogen. The question is asking about what is the limiting reagent. LR stands for limiting reagent, and the amount of ammonia formed. We have to solve for these two questions. Okay, what is the question says 50 kg nitrogen is provided and 10 kg hydrogen is being provided here. Okay, and we have been asked about the limiting reagent. We have to identify here the limiting reagent and the amount of ammonia that will be formed here according to the availability of the reactants. Okay, so now first of all let's calculate the moles of nitrogen and hydrogen. Okay, so solution, it is very easy to calculate moles of nitrogen will be 50 10 power 3, it is in kilogram, we have to convert in gram, divided by 28. Clear? On solving it we will get 17.86 multiplied by 10 power 2 moles. Clear? So the amount of the moles of nitrogen we have been given here is 17.86 multiplied by 10 power 2 moles. Clear? And the moles of hydrogen is equal to 10 into 10 power 3 divided by 2. The molar weight of hydrogen gas is 2.016. We are calculating it exactly, and this gives us 4.96 into 10 power 3 moles of hydrogen. Clear? So now we have converted 50 kg nitrogen into moles, and that comes out to be 17.86 multiplied by 10 power 2 moles, and the 10 kg of hydrogen comes out to be 4.96 multiplied by 10 power 3 moles of hydrogen. Clear? So first of all let's calculate what this reaction says. As the reaction suggests, we know that 1 mole of nitrogen is reacting with 3 mole of hydrogen. Clear? We have to first identify the limiting reagent, and then we will calculate the amount of ammonia formed here. So we are going to find out what is limiting reagent here. Either it is nitrogen or hydrogen. We will just clear it here. So we can see that here 1 mole of nitrogen reacts with 3 moles of hydrogen, and it gives 2 moles of ammonia. As I have told you that we have to only consider the reactants here. We have to only consider here the reactants here, because we are interested about nitrogen and hydrogen. Our interest in ammonia will be involved later here. Okay, we are interested here, but we will see it later. So now 1 mole nitrogen requires 3 mole hydrogen. This means that 17.86 multiplied by 10 power 2 moles of nitrogen requires 3 into 17.86 into 10 power 2 moles hydrogen. On calculating it, we find it 5.36 into 10 power 3 moles. Okay. So what we have done here, we have just calculated the amount of hydrogen that we need to react with 17.86 into 10 power 2 moles of nitrogen, and the amount of hydrogen that comes out to be here is 5.36 multiplied by 10 power 3 moles. Clear? Thus we conclude here that for the reaction of nitrogen, this amount of nitrogen requires 5.36 into 10 power 3 moles of hydrogen. Clear? But the twist is here that we have been only provided with 4.96 into 10 power 3 moles of hydrogen. Listen carefully. We have to calculated here the weight of the moles of hydrogen that will be required for the reaction with this amount of nitrogen, and it comes out to be 5.36 into 10 power 3 moles of hydrogen. This says that we at least need this amount of hydrogen to react with this amount of nitrogen. But the twist here is that we have been given this amount of hydrogen. Clear? We have been only provided with this amount of hydrogen. Is it okay? And we require this amount of hydrogen. And you can see that this is lesser in the availability. The hydrogen is lesser in the availability. I am writing here. The hydrogen is lesser in availability. Clear? The hydrogen is lesser in availability, and I have told you that the reactant that is lesser in the availability according to the balanced chemical equation is called limiting reagent. So we have concluded here that hydrogen is limiting reagent. I am just revising here. This is the moles of nitrogen that we have been given here, and this is the mole of hydrogen that we have been provided here. Clear? But according to the balanced chemical equation, for the reaction of 17.86 multiplied by 10 power 2 moles of nitrogen, we require 5.36 multiplied by 10 power 3 moles of hydrogen. But here we have been provided with this amount of hydrogen that is lesser in the availability. Clear? And thus we can conclude here that hydrogen is lesser in availability and hydrogen is a limiting reagent. Clear? So we have identified here that hydrogen is our limiting reagent in this reaction. And now, since the hydrogen is limiting reagent, it will decide the amount of ammonia that will be formed here. Clear? This has been written here that The limiting reagent decides the product formed in a reaction. Clear? So we have moles of hydrogen here, 4.96 into 10 power 3 moles. Clear? And now this amount of hydrogen will decide the amount of ammonia formed. Okay. So now coming to the balanced chemical equation, 3 mole hydrogen gives 2 mole ammonia. It implies that 4.96 into 10 power 3 mole hydrogen will give you 2 divided by 3 into 4.96 into 10 power 3 mole ammonia. Clear? On solving it, we will get 3.3 into 10 power 3 moles of ammonia. Clear? So this is our answer. What we will get? We will get 3.3 into 10 power 3 moles of ammonia here. Clear? On converting it into the weight, we can easily convert into the weight. The weight of ammonia we will get, weight of ammonia will be moles of ammonia multiplied by 17. The 17 here is the molar weight of ammonia. Clear? So 3.3 into 10 power 3 multiplied by 17, and it comes out to be 56.201 56.201 gram. Clear? And it will be 56.2 kilogram of ammonia. Clear? So this is the concept of limiting reagent. I am just summarizing the complete lecture. The limiting reagent is a reactant that is present in the lesser quantity according to the balanced chemical equation. It determines the amount of product and it limits the reaction after a certain interval of time before its completion. And now for the identification of limiting reagent, we have to calculate the availability of product and the actual requirement of the product according to the balanced chemical equation. After identification of the limiting reagent, we decided the amount of product formed according to the availability of the limiting reagent. Clear? So this is the whole scenario of the limiting reagent. If you like the video, if you find it useful, then please like, subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you.